What is the meaning of the verb come up, to?
When people move toward you to a higher level or position, or from the south to the north, they come up. Come down is the opposite of come up. My cousin from San Antonio came up to Detroit last week.
What is the meaning of the verb break down?
When you break down, you lose self-control and become emotionally or mentally confused. When the judge sentenced Jones to life in prison, he broke down and begged for mercy.
What is the meaning of the verb turn over?
When you turn something over. You move it so that the side that was on the bottom is on the top, and vice versa. When something turns over, it moves so that the side that was on the bottom is on the top, and vice versa. When one side of the steak is cooked, turn it over and cook the other side.
What is the meaning of the verb stop over?
When you interrupt a journey, usually an airplane journey, for a short stay somewhere, you stop over. David stopped over in London on his flight from New York to Moscow.
What is the meaning of the verb sort out?
When you sort a group of things out. You separate them into smaller groups according to one or more characteristics. The mail arrives at the post office alt mixed together. And it has to be sorted out before it can be delivered.
What is the meaning of the verb go about?
When you go about something or go about doing something. You begin or continue to follow all the steps necessary to do it. I have no idea how to go about opening a restaurant. Every day he quietly went about his business and never caused any problems.
What is the meaning of the verb pay off?
When something you do pays off, it is successful and is worth the effort you made. The restaurant changed its menu, and it really paid off. Business increased by 30%.
What is the meaning of the verb let inland to?
When you let people or things in or let people or things into a place, building, room, and so on. You allow them to enter by giving them permission to enter or by opening a door, gate, and so on. The guard wouldn't let me into the stadium because I had forgotten my ticket.
What is the meaning of the verb break down?
When an arrangement, agreement, negotiation, plan, or marriage breaks down. One or more persons involved is not cooperating or participating because of a disagreement or problem. After he started drinking heavily, their marriage started to break down.
What is the meaning of the verb start off, with by?
When an activity or event starts off, it begins. When you start an activity or event off with something, you begin with it. When you start an activity or event off by doing something, you begin by doing it. Many speakers like to start off a speech by telling a joke.
What is the meaning of the verb run down?
When batteries or machines run down or are run down by someone, they gradually lose power or energy. Don't leave the car lights on for too long when the car isn't running or the battery will run down.
What is the meaning of the verb look over usually separated?
When you look something over, you look at it or read it carefully and thoroughly. He ought to look the car over before he buys it.
What is the meaning of the verb feel up to?
When you feel up to doing something, you have the confidence or energy to do it. I'm sorry to cancel, but I just don't feel up to going dancing tonight.
What is the meaning of the verb count on?
When you rely on someone or something for help or support if you need it. You are counting on that thing or that person. The governor said that she's counting on our support in the next election.
What is the meaning of the verb give out, on?
When a mechanical or electrical device stops working, it gives out or gives out on you. When a supply of something is completely used, it gives out or gives out on you. The explorers tossed their way in the desert and died after their water gave out.
What is the meaning of the verb put back in formal?
When you put back alcoholic beverages, you drink a lot of them. I'm not surprised he has a hangover. He must have put back half a bottle of tequila.
What is the meaning of the verb cut off?
When you create a physical or psychological barrier between yourself and other people. You cut yourself off from them. When you are separated from other people because of a barrier or a great distance. You are cut off from them. After Dan joined a cult, he completely cut himself off from his family and friends. A flash flood cut us off from the rest of the expedition.
What is the meaning of the verb turn on?
When you turn on an electrical or mechanical device. You change the controls to make it start producing or doing something. Turn off is the opposite of turn on. Switch on is the same as turn on. This October has been so warm that I haven't turned the heat on once yet.
What is the meaning of the verb do away with?
When you do away with people, you kill them. The woman was accused of doing away with her husband with arsenic.
What is the meaning of the verb fall for?
When you suddenly feel a strong attraction to someone or something, you fall for that person or thing. When I saw this house, I fell for it immediately, and I made an offer the same day.
What is the meaning of the verb wear off?
When the surface of something is gradually removed by friction or exposure to the elements so that what is beneath the surface is exposed, the surface wears off. The gold wears off this cheap jewelry right away.
What is the meaning of the verb work out?
When you work out a calculation, measurement, or other problem. You do the work necessary to determine the result of the calculation or measurement or think about how to solve the problem. Maria worked out how much paint we will need for the living room, 25 gallons.
What is the meaning of the verb make up?
When you make up your mind about something. Or make up your mind about doing something, you decide which choice to make or which action to take. My daughter still hasn't made up her mind about which college to attend.
What is the meaning of the verb break off?
When you break off relations or contact with someone. You decide to end relations or contact with that person. I was so angry at my in-laws that I broke off all contact with them.
What is the meaning of the verb knock off informal?
When you say knock it off to people, you want them to stop doing something that is bothering you. I'm tired of listening to you criticize me. Knock it off.
What is the meaning of the verb? Look at informal always continuous.
When you say that people are looking at an amount of money or a length of time. You mean that this is how much they think something will cost or how long something will take. That was a serious injury.
What is the meaning of the verb line up?
When you arrange for someone or something to be available at a future activity or event. You line that thing or person up. I couldn't line a clown up for Susie's birthday party. Who have they lined up for the show?
What is the meaning of the verb clear out?
When people clear out or clear out of a place or they are cleared out of a place, they leave it. After the police threw tear gas, the crowd cleared right out.
What is the meaning of the verb goof around informal?
When you waste time playing or doing silly or unimportant things, you goof around. Fool around is the same as goof around. My brother drives his teachers crazy. He constantly goofs around and creates problems.
What is the meaning of the verb get back to?
When you return to a level or place where you were before, you get back or get back to that place. Where are you going? Get right back here.
What is the meaning of the verb fill in?
When you fill in a form, you put information in the correct spaces. Fill out is the same as fill in. Maria filled in the job application and gave it to the secretary.
What is the meaning of the verb look at?
When you think a certain way or have an opinion about something, that is the way you look at it. The way I look at it, Congress is to blame for this mess, not the president.
What is the meaning of the verb brush off?
When you brush off a critical remark or problem. You ignore it and continue as before without letting it affect you. I told Dr. Smith that he had made a mistake, but he brushed it off.
What is the meaning of the verb come over, to?
When people come to your house for a visit, they come over or come over to your house. Jim comes over to my house every night.
What is the meaning of the verb warm up?
When you do light exercises before playing a sport or exercising with greater effort, you warm up. When performers play musical instruments or sing just before a performance in order to be ready, they warm up. Before a race, most runners warm up with stretching exercises.
What is the meaning of the verb hand in?
When you hand in your resignation or letter of resignation. You inform your employer that you are quitting your job. I was so furious that I handed my letter of resignation in the next day.
What is the meaning of the verb take over, for?
When you start to do a job or some work that other people are doing in order to allow them to. Take a break, or because the previous shift has ended and a new shift has begun, you take over. When you assume an obligation or accept responsibility from someone, you take it over. We work from 4 o'clock p. m to midnight, and then the graveyard shift takes over.
What is the meaning of the verb stick to informal?
When you stick it to people, you deliberately try to tease, annoy. Or embarrass them with an accusation, provocative statement, or difficult question. Sam thinks the new manager is an idiot, and he likes to stick it to him.
What is the meaning of the verb put down, on?
When an airplane puts down or a pilot puts an airplane down, the airplane lands. After the engine quit, the pilot looked for a place to put down.
What is the meaning of the verb take over, to?
When you take something from one place to another, you take it over or take it over to a person or place. Jane's at home sick, so I'm going to take some chicken soup over.
What is the meaning of the verb pick up, p? V?
When you pick up a skill, you learn it easily. Children can pick up a new language very quickly.
What is the meaning of the verb go off?
When a road, trail, path, and so on, goes off, it leaves the main road. Trail, or path, and goes in a different direction. This trail that goes off to the left will take you to the campground.
What is the meaning of the verb screw on?
When you screw on the top of a circular container. You turn it so that it becomes tight and keeps the contents of the container inside. If you don't screw the top of the bottle on, the soda pop will go flat.
What is the meaning of the verb straighten out?
When something is bent, crooked, or curved and you make it straight, you straighten it out. As the city grew, many of the winding streets were straightened out.
What is the meaning of the verb fall apart?
When people suddenly lose control and start laughing or become very upset or emotional, they fall apart. Sally fell apart when she heard the tragic news.
What is the meaning of the verb move out of?
When you move out or move out of a place. You take your furniture and other personal possessions out of a place where you lived. Move inland to is the opposite of move out. Could you help me move out? I have to be out by the end of the month.
What is the meaning of the verb lock out?
When a business locks out workers, the workers are prohibited from working by the business management. When the owners heard talk of a strike, they locked the employees out.
What is the meaning of the verb float around, usually continuous?
When something is floating around a place, it is there somewhere, though you are not sure exactly where. I don't know where the stapler is, but it's floating around here somewhere. The new schedule was floating around the office yesterday.
What is the meaning of the verb clear up?
When a problem, misunderstanding, or disease goes away, it clears up. The misunderstanding cleared up right away after we talked about it.
What is the meaning of the verb check out?
When you check people out, you investigate them in order to learn more about them. If you say that people check out, you mean that the information they have given you about themselves. Such as their education and work experience, has been investigated and found to be accurate. Applicants for child care jobs should be thoroughly checked out.
What is the meaning of the verb ask for?
When you say that people are asking for something or asking for it, you mean that they are doing or saying something that is likely to result in punishment or a negative consequence. You're asking for it? Don't say that again.
What is the meaning of the verb break out, of?
When you escape from a place where you are a prisoner, you break out or break out of that place. Bubba broke out of prison last month.
What is the meaning of the verb talk out of?
When you talk people out of something or talk people out of doing something, you persuade them not to do it. That man was going to jump off the building, but the police officer talked him out of it.
What is the meaning of the verb bring up, to?
When people bring something from a higher level or position or from south to north to where you are. They bring it up or bring it up to where you are. The rescue workers brought morphine up to the injured mountain climber.
What is the meaning of the verb fill in?
When people want or need more information about a plan, situation. Or occurrence and you supply that information, you fill them in. I fell asleep during the meeting. Can you fill me in?
What is the meaning of the verb get back, from?
When you get back or get back from something that is very hot or dangerous or that you should not be near. You move away from it so that there is more distance between you and it. Get back from the edge of the cliff. You might fall.
What is the meaning of the verb fix up, with?
When you fix people up with something. You arrange for them to have or to use something that they need or want. We told the hotel desk clerk that we wanted their best room, and she fixed us up with the honeymoon suite.
What is the meaning of the verb go down, to?
When the cost, rate, quality, quantity, or level of something decreases, it goes down. Go up is the opposite of go down. The crime rate in New York City has gone down.
What is the meaning of the verb put on?
When you organize or perform something for other people's entertainment. Such as a play or a concert, you put it on. That opera hasn't been put on in more than 200 years.
What is the meaning of the verb do with used only in the infinitive form?
When you say that one thing has something to do with another. You mean there is a connection between the two. Don't blame me for what happened, I had nothing to do with it.
What is the meaning of the verb hold up?
When a plan, idea, or agreement is still believed in or respected after a period of time, it has held up. The ceasefire is holding up longer than anyone expected.
What is the meaning of the verb pull off?
When you pull something off, you succeed in doing something difficult and possibly sneaky or illegal, even though the chances of success are not high. Mike tried to juggle 3 butcher knives and 2 bowling balls at the same time. But he couldn't pull it off.
What is the meaning of the verb come about?
When something comes about, it happens, usually as a result of a series of events and actions. Several major medical advances have come about in the last 50 years.
What is the meaning of the verb blow away informal?
When something you have seen or heard makes you very shocked, amazed, or emotional, it blows you away. I was blown away when my mother told me that I was adopted.
What is the meaning of the verb lock out, of?
When you lock people out or lock people out of a place. You lock a door or gate so that they cannot enter a room, building, or other place. I hide an extra key under the bumper of my car so that I won't get locked out.
What is the meaning of the verb put on?
When you put on weight, you gain weight. Did you see Mike? He's put on so much weight that I didn't recognize him.
What is the meaning of the verb come up?
When you move to a higher social or professional position, you come up. I saw Dan driving a Mercedes. He's really coming up in the world.
What is the meaning of the verb lay off informal?
When you lay off people, you stop criticizing, teasing, or pressuring them. Lay off Nancy, she's having a bad day.
What is the meaning of the verb come through?
When people travel to your town, stay for a while, and then leave, they come through or come through town. Aunt Sally promised she'd come through Milwaukee on her way to Indianapolis.
What is the meaning of the verb come on, to, informal?
When you come on to people, you approach them and try to interest them in romance or sex. I can't stand that guy Ned. He's always coming on to me.
What is the meaning of the verb get together informal?
When you get yourself together, or get it together. You gain control of your emotions after you have become upset or emotional. Bob was very upset before the party, but he got it together before the guests came.
What is the meaning of the verb find out? Not usually separated. The object can be a noun. A noun clause, or a complete sentence.
When you find out information or a fact, you learn or become aware of that information or fact. I met a nice man at the party, but I never found out his name.
What is the meaning of the verb put up with?
When you put up with something you do not like or are not happy about. You accept it and do not try to change it. My husband said, I put up with your brother long enough.
What is the meaning of the verb go for?
When you go for something, you try to achieve it. The gymnast said she was going to go for the gold at the next Olympics.
What is the meaning of the verb fall over?
When people or things fail over, they fall to the ground from an upright position. I almost fell over when I heard the terrible news.
What is the meaning of the verb keep on?
When you keep on doing something, you continue doing it. I told her to be quiet, but she just kept right on talking.
What is the meaning of the verb gross out informal?
When something grosses you out, it upsets you or makes you sick because you think it is disgusting. You had to dissect a cadaver in your biology class. Yuck, that would have really grossed me out.
What is the meaning of the verb keep off?
When you keep off drugs, cigarettes, or other addictive substances, you do not use them. When you keep people off drugs, cigarettes, or other addictive substances, you prevent them from using them. Since getting out of jail, Hank has been able to keep off drugs.
What is the meaning of the verb break off?
When you break off relations or contact with someone. You decide to end relations or contact with that person. The two countries broke off relations with each other.
What is the meaning of the verb come from?
When you come from a place, you were born there or lived there previously. When you come from a family or a social situation. Your past experience helps to explain your present attitudes and behavior. Jane had a difficult childhood. She came from a broken home.
What is the meaning of the verb watch out for?
When you watch out or watch out for something. You remain alert for someone or something that is dangerous or important. When you tell people to watch out or watch out for something. You are warning them of possible danger. Watch out is the same as look out. Watch out when you're crossing a busy street.
What is the meaning of the verb stop over?
When you visit someone for a short time, you stop over. Would you like to stop over after dinner and see our vacation pictures?
What is the meaning of the verb break down?
When you use force to go through a door that is locked, you break it down. The police broke the door down and arrested the bank robbers.
What is the meaning of the verb put inland to?
When you put money in or put money into a bank or an account at a bank, you deposit the money. Put inland to is the opposite of take out. I'm going to the bank today. How much money do you think I should put in?
What is the meaning of the verb go up, to?
When you approach a person, you go up to that person. Janice isn't shy, she went right up to the president of the company and asked for a raise.
What is the meaning of the verb leave behind?
When you leave something or someone behind. You do not take them with you because you forgot or because you cannot or do not want to take them. Leaving our children behind at a gas station was pretty dumb.
What is the meaning of the verb put inland to?
When you put time or effort in or put time or effort into something. You spend time and work hard to accomplish it. At the Christmas party, the manager thanked his employees for all the work they had put in.
What is the meaning of the verb come out, to?
When people leave a city and come out to a place outside the city where you are, they travel to that place. Ned loves it in the city, he hasn't come out to the suburbs in a long time.
What is the meaning of the verb care for?
When you care for people or things, you like them. I asked Sally to go to the dance, but she said that dancing is not something she cares for.
What is the meaning of the verb stick to?
When you are speaking or writing and you stick to a certain subject. You talk or write about that subject only. In his news conference, the president stuck to the new tax legislation. But the reporters kept asking about the latest scandal.
What is the meaning of the verb take off?
When you remove something from a surface, you take it off. I took the book off the table. You need to take the old wax off the floor before you wax it again.
What is the meaning of the verb figure out?
When you figure out something, such as the answer to a question, the solution to a problem. Or why a person is a certain way or acts a certain way, you think about and succeed in understanding it. I looked everywhere for my keys, but I couldn't figure out where I put them.
What is the meaning of the verb run over, to?
When you run from where you are to where someone else is, you run over or run over to that person. I saw a man hitting a child, and I ran over and stopped him.
What is the meaning of the verb bring up?
When you introduce a new topic into a conversation, you bring it up. Last night during dinner. Dad brought up the idea of saving money by staying home instead of taking a vacation this year.
What is the meaning of the verb keep on?
When you keep people on at their place of employment, you continue to employ them. The company decided against laying all the workers off and will Instead, keep a few on to maintain equipment until business improves.
What is the meaning of the verb come out?
When flowers or leaves start to grow, they come out. Oak tree leaves always come out later than the leaves of other trees.
What is the meaning of the verb make out, to?
When you write the necessary information on the front of a check, you make the check out. When you write the name of a person, company, or other organization on the check. You make the check out to that person, company, or organization. There must be a mistake, this check is made out to my brother, not to me.
What is the meaning of the verb stick to?
When you stick to a certain belief, claim, policy, habit, plan. Type of work, and so on, you continue as before, without change. Stick with is similar to stick to. After the audition, the director told me I was a terrible actor and that I should stick to singing.
What is the meaning of the verb let out?
When you reveal secret or sensitive information, you let it out. I was furious when my secretary let out that I had interviewed for a new position.
What is the meaning of the verb turn down?
When you turn down an electrical or mechanical device. You change the controls to decrease the level of what it is producing or doing. Turn up is the opposite of turn down. Could you turn the radio down? I'm trying to sleep.
What is the meaning of the verb get on, with?
When you continue doing something, you get on with what you were doing, or get on with it. It's getting late. If we're going to finish this work today, we'd better get on with it.
What is the meaning of the verb run up, to?
When you run to a higher level or place, you run up or run up to that place. If I'd heard the baby crying, I would have run up to his bedroom.
What is the meaning of the verb break out, of?
When you escape from a place where you are a prisoner, you break out or break out of that place. The police have been looking for him ever since he broke out.
What is the meaning of the verb look into?
When you look into something or look into doing something. You investigate it or get more information about it. After receiving many complaints about the company, the Attorney General decided to look into the matter.
What is the meaning of the verb count on?
When you rely on someone or something for help or support if you need it. You are counting on that thing or that person. I'm going to sell this car and buy one that always starts. I need a car I can count on.
What is the meaning of the verb stop over?
When you visit someone for a short time, you stop over. Can you vacuum the living room, please? The Youngs are stopping over tonight, and I want the place to look nice.
What is the meaning of the verb carry away, with, always passive?
When you get carried away or carried. I was going to make a dozen cupcakes for dessert tonight, but I got carried away and ended up making 40.
What is the meaning of the verb bring up, to?
When people bring something from a higher level or position or from south to north to where you are. They bring it up or bring it up to where you are. Would you please go downstairs and bring up the package that was just delivered?
What is the meaning of the verb get to?
When something gets to you, it bothers or annoys you, either psychologically or physically. Jim's constant complaining is really starting to get to his wife.
What is the meaning of the verb check out?
When you check a place or thing out, you inspect it carefully or learn more about it. That new Mexican restaurant is great, you should check it out.
What is the meaning of the verb turn out?
When something turns out, it becomes what you want it to become. When something turns out a certain way, it becomes that way. Did the pictures you took at the wedding turn out?
What is the meaning of the verb put on informal?
When you put people on, you kid or tease them. You won the lottery? You're putting me on.
What is the meaning of the verb brush off?
When you brush people off, you ignore them or refuse to listen to them. Because you are not interested in or do not like what they are saying. The reporters tried to ask him some questions, but he brushed them off.